This is my first ever video, and this is Unfiltered Life with me. And this video is entitled Life and Everyday Journeys. I wanted to share an experience with people which was unfiltered and let most people know that everything doesn't have to be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is not perfect. No one lives in a world where everything is perfect. Even the people who you feel they don't have any problems, they do. But we see things through a filtered lens. And I wanted to take that filtered lens off just to show you that life is all right without the filter on, you know. But we all obviously want it to be on because it looks a lot better on us, and it's how others make us seem. And you know, people are going to talk about us in a way which we like, so that's what we think we want. But when you break everything down, I think sometimes it's okay for things not to be perfect, you know. I think many people will tell you that their success came in life when things weren't right. At the end of the day, they took an opportunity, they took a chance, and they put things together. So I'm going to be talking about a few different subjects on my channel, but you're going to see them pop up with the other videos. So definitely subscribe to the channel, because these videos are not scripted. They are just me saying how I feel, how some things are in life. And if people agree, I want you to jump in the comment section and let me know. And even if you don't agree, definitely let me know, because opinions are what makes up this whole thing. So I feel that there is a big filter put on life, yeah, like behind the scenes in people's lives, than it is the reality. And I think that lets people see things through a blurred vision. Yeah, we don't see things right because we feel that such and such is living a life like that. So you know, your next step is to do the same. There are some of us who are going to follow in other people's footsteps, but there's people that also want to make their own mark and own, you know, touch. And to do that, you got to be kind of unique. You got to dig deep within yourself and ask yourself, what do you want to do in it? Because it's easy to follow, but it's harder to lead. And I see this a lot in life. And it's not a bad thing, because you need some people to lead you towards the light, because some of us are leading towards the dark. And that could be a very dark place for you. And I'm going to talk about all of these things on my channel, because I feel that my personal self is that I've had growth in life, innit? I've grown from the person who I used to be to the person I am today. Whether it's a better person or whatever, we're going to find out on this journey, to be honest with you. I'm going to talk about the lows. I'm going to talk about the highs in life, because I feel that a lot of us always want to talk about the things we done back in the day, because they're the times when we feel the most comfortable to talk. Oh, I had this car, I had that, I was with this girl, done that. Cool. But what is it today? What has that had on an effect on you today? Has it made you be more wiser? Has it allowed you to see things through a better vision, which is all them things don't matter. What matters is now. What matters is what you hold on to. What matters is what you're building, what you have today. So we're always going to talk about growth on my channel as well. We're going to touch on a few other subjects which I feel are necessary and important. But I also want people to communicate with me. So I want you to jump in the comment section, type, I'm always going to reply, and we're going to start a community of good conversation, but also topics which people want to hear me talk on and give my opinion on. And I'm also going to give you some food for thought, because I feel that videos should make you think sometimes, but also have a reaction, not a knee-jerk reaction. You don't need to do something automatically because someone says. This isn't Simon Says TV. This is us talking as adults and looking at life from a perspective as in, life isn't perfect. We all have to deal and go through some type of struggles, whether we admit them because we're comfortable, or we keep them to ourselves because we're ashamed of some of the things. And it's like, they're things what you've always got to live with. You know, if someone lived a terrible past before, if they was in jail, if they was keeping up with a whole lot of fuckery in life, they have to live with that. And they have to see the people that they done the fuckery to every other day and think to yourself, boy, you know what, I could have chose B instead of choosing A, but I chose A because of what reason? Sometimes it's good to get to the point why you've done something like that. So you can work out if you're, likely to do it again, because certain behaviors in life seem to be recurring and happening again and again until people seek help, but also admit that they are problems, innit? And good people can have problems in life. They could have addictions. They could have things what they do on the side, which you don't obviously tell the world or anybody else about. That's their little thing. But I feel that if you talk about these things, I'm not trying to say make those bad things normalized, but make those things a reason why you need to change it. Like, you might say to yourself, I need to stop spending money on X because, subscriptions, these types of things, I've always got no money at the end of the day. So cut down on your overheads. Like, sometimes it takes others to say what you need to do, but it takes someone saying it out loud to say, yeah, I actually need to do that as well. So that's what I'm here for. And I'm here for the conversations which are difficult in life, which people generally put off until the last point. If you find it difficult to sit down with your parents, people who you love, a girlfriend, these types of things, sometimes it's time to start having conversations and saying to yourself, why do I do that? Is it me or is it you? Or do you make me feel some type of way from something which happened in the past, which I'm now carrying on, but I haven't put to bed? Some issues we should all lay down. We should all say, like, do you know what? This is my issue with you or with this situation, is I don't like this. Okay, what makes you not like it? I've seen too many times, people sitting in cars having those conversations with the interior light on, and it's a couple going back and forward, but they want to have a little blazing match, but they don't want to do it inside the yard, so they go to the car, so where the conversation is private. And I think there are many conversations which should be private nowadays, but life lets you throw them out on the internet when it's your business at the same point. And when you think about, do you want your business online? The answer is probably no for most people. But misfortunately, hook by crook, it happens. But there's a way of keeping all that personal. There's a way of dealing with things on a professional level or on a level which you feel comfortable with. Just making sure that you control the parameters and you have regular conversations. I've realised in life, not talking about some things and putting it off to tomorrow, saying you'll do it the next day, saying you'll do it the next day might never come. So I'm an advocate for doing it, sorting it, seeing it. It's like what the London Underground would say. You see it, sort it, do it. I know it's hard to do, but when you start learning the different steps, it makes it quite easier to do. So that's how we're going to start off, people. And again, if you like or you can see where the conversations are going, make sure you subscribe, because these are small, short bites where I'm obviously going to get into some story time myself, because I think on all of these points what I make, it makes sense to be able to add in story times. And one of the story times I've learnt from life, which is everything isn't perfect, is seeing some of my peers and people who I grew up with have things, do stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, when's it going to be my turn? But it's never going to be my turn if I'm always watching them have their turn. I need to take charge and take my road, my own self, to be able to where I want to go to. So if you want to go somewhere in life, a destination, you got to get in your car, you got to get in your whatever vehicle you might have, a bus, whatever, get your bus pass out, go to the airport and take that journey so you can get to your destination. And I was too busy watching other people at their destination when I could have been at my own, which is, it's a lesson for life. But I want to know what lesson you learnt for life. Put it in the comment section and we're going to start this community. But most of all, I want you to subscribe. Videos are going to get better as well. Let's get it.